Hello, my name is Ted Neben, and I am presenting my Mod 3 project today. Today I have for you a game that I made with another fellow student of mine here at Flatiron named Kirium. We made a tactical RPG called Tactics Lite. This is influenced by one particular game, Final Fantasy Tactics, as well as many other games that I've played throughout the years. Um, let's go ahead and get started. So we have our game right here. It launches, we have our logo, we have our map, our grid, and we have another window over on the right side. So it's wanting us to go ahead and choose a new one or a continued game. We did not add any persisting effects during this version of the game, so there is no count, there is nothing to persist, so there are no levels, there are no experience. This is a very flat forward base game functionality right now that has unlimited features and height ceiling to be able to achieve. So let's go ahead and get started with the new game. So as we pick a new game, the map clears. One thing to notice is as we're going through the map, you can see that our tile is actually highlighted every time we hover over it. This is an event listener that we went ahead and added. It actually counts the pixels of the canvas, and to go one step further to actually make it more of a traditional style grid that you would normally see in a strategy technical type game like this, we added a function to be able to convert those pixels actually into what we called cells. So we would take a 40 by 40 pixel in relation to the size of the map, which was 670 by 670. And we did a little bit of math to go ahead and convert those into cells that we could work with instead, which made it so much easier. So now that we have that, every single time we float around, you can actually see this event listener working. It's actually just hovering over everything. So let's go ahead and choose this. So we have a leader that we can choose from. It's one player, one to go ahead and choose. This is a two-player game as we go through. So I'll go ahead and choose a knight. It gives us a nice little view of the sprite. It tells us that he's a leader. Name is unloading. Type, he's a fighter class. Attack points, he has 13. His range is 1. His movement range is 5, and he has 145 health at 145. So let's go ahead and submit. We also have minions that we can choose from. And as you see, player one's players actually go at the top of the map at the very beginning of the game, kind of like how you would in chess and checkers. So for simplicity, we'll go ahead and pick one of each class. And as you see, as I'm clicking them, you can see them populating up here. We'll go ahead and submit. And now it's time for player two. Player two can go ahead and pick whoever he wants, or she. Pick an archer, Valorant. And one thing to note in this game, even though it has nothing to do with functionality, to create a game, you really need to create a game that's going to appeal to a user, something that's going to have a lot of replay value, something that's also going to have some complexity. While this is a base game, it does have some sort of complexity at hand. There are things that affect your gameplay, such as your attack range, your movement range, how much health you have, how much you're going to do in attack points as well, and whenever you go and decrement the health. So as you can see, the fighter has a lot of health, 13 points of attack, 125 health, 12 points, but 3 range. And then this guy has 90 health, 2 attack range, but he has 20 points of attack. So you can kind of see here that these guys all have their pros and cons. So again, let's go ahead and pick somebody. We'll go ahead and pick a few different ones. Same thing with the minions. The minions also have variations. So while these are all 3 mages, you can see that they have a variation in health as well as attack points. And this is what's going to give a little bit of complexity to the game. So let's go ahead and submit. So now our game is ready. If we wanted to, we could hit reset, and this would actually allow all of our players to be reset, and they would go through the process of choosing the game. Player 1 leader and minions, player 2 leader and minions, and then goes back to this ready battle. So once you hit start, what you don't see from the user side is that there is a randomizer that goes on. Now it says that it's player 1's turn. However, the randomizer will actually pick whether player 1 goes first or player 2 goes first. It just so happens. So we'll go ahead and start out by moving these pieces. We can move or we can attack. As you can see that their fields change based on it. These are your predetermined based on your attack range and your movement range. So as I move this, I can move her. Now it's grayed out. I can't move anymore this turn. A turn consists of all your minions being able to move once, and then it goes to the next person. So as we go to attack, I have nothing in range, so I'm not going to go ahead and attack. We can just go to the next person. And as we do that, we can go back to move. We can move this person. We'll move this person, and we'll move this person as well. And we'll go ahead and end our turn. As we end our turn, player 2 comes up next. So player 2 can go ahead and move. And we'll go ahead and just move these guys up a little bit, just kind of get them up closer on the map. That way we can see a little bit of action going on here. A few things to note as I'm moving these guys. You can see some health bars above their head as well. You might even be able to see whenever I attack this guy, because he's in range, you see this little green health bar. It'll actually decrement as I hit him. And I go to the next guy and I move him, get him closer to range, get these guys closer to range as well. I'm going to show you after I end this turn, I click on this wizard, you can see his health has been decremented right here. Now he's at 77 out of 90 health. And I will move him over here so you can kind of see him a little bit better. You can kind of see his health bar is a little bit moved compared to the others. Another functionality is being able to add numbers as well, values to those heads. That way you can kind of see, how much is getting decremented. Maybe even another window that shows a little bit more detail as it's happening in real time. But as you see, I've also hit this person. This person's got hit for quite a bit. So let's just go ahead and start moving these guys around, start attacking. Yeah. Go to this guy, attack him. Come to this guy. And again, these are all done by certain ranges. So you can see this guy's ranged. He wants to stay back a little bit so he doesn't get hit. He's got 45 health. Makes sense. In turn. But we're going to go ahead and start attacking these guys up close. So this archer's going to get it. He doesn't like being hit, but he's going to get hit. And this guy may even hit him harder. So now he's starting to get hit a lot more. So for simplicity's sake, I'm going to go ahead and run a function that we have on the back end. Makes it a little bit easier, just kind of get through this portion. You can call it a cheat code, so to speak, in the spirit of games. As I do this, it's actually going to deplete everybody's health on the map, and you can see that. All of them have been decremented tremendously. As we end the turn, and we go to the next guy, he's got 5 health. So as we attack, boom, dead. So we go to this guy, move him, attack with him, boom, dead. Same thing, we'll just finish them all out. After that, the game ends. And that's it. That's the whole game. This is, again, a very basic function of a tactical RPG of what we were trying to implement. I feel like we're very successful at it. Things that we did want to implement, that would be next things that would be a little bit minor, just kind of shine it up a little bit before going into other major functions, would be animation. We also had some die-in sprite characters already in place, ready to go, that we needed to put in. Little small things, audio. Audio would have been a nice touch as well. We had audio files already set up, ready to go. We just didn't have the time to be able to implement them because there were other basic functions that needed to be done first. Scalability, there's tremendous amounts. Again, this is very base. I do plan on going forward with this game and building it out a little bit more. I want to build out accounts so you can actually persist a team that you would create and then continue to level up on your own. There would be some difficulty implemented for permanent deletion depending on deaths. When it's up and running on an actual server, more than two people being able to battle one another based upon rank. So there are a lot of different things that could be added to this game, and with time, they definitely will be. This game has been a great thing to get involved with, and it's been a joy to build. So I do plan on updating this in the near future, and as I do, I'll update the video as well. Again, thank you for your time. If you have any comments, please leave them at the bottom. I'll definitely get back to each and every one of you. Thanks for your time. Have a good one.